Welcome to Cord Cutting Today for August 10th, 2019. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting right now and give you my opinion on them. If you want to learn more about these stories, in the show notes down below, I'll put a link to each story. You can read about them for yourself, come up with your own opinions. They will be in the order I talk about them, which will help you jump forward in this video if you're looking for something in particular you're interested in learning more about. First though, if you're new here, hey, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. We post daily cord cutting videos to help you break free from the high cost cable TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. Well, let's get into it. A lot to cover. First, a update on a story yesterday. We talked about NFL Network blackouts, and they are still happening, but there's two services that are offering a way around these blackouts. Sling TV and Fubo TV have added alternate feeds of the NFL network. These alternate feeds allow you to be able to watch blackout games in your local market if you're affected. Now, as of today, only Sling TV and Fubo TV are offering the NFL Network alternate feeds that will allow you to get around these blackouts. So if you're experiencing blackouts with the NFL Network, go to maybe consider trying a short-term free trial of Sling TV or Fubo TV. Great thing about these is you can sign up for a month, take advantage of it. Sling TV, I think, is even on sale for $15 the first month. You will need the sports add-on to get the NFL Network with that. And then you can always go back to a different service once the regular NFL season starts, because you won't need it. So let me know, check it out. This is new, something different out there. So check that out. How to get around NFL preseason blackouts using Sling TV and Fubo TV. Link in the show notes down below. All right, let's take a look at another interesting story. So this week, the Wall Street Journal reported that Roku was basically changed their mind, was not going to be developing their own voice assistant similar to the Siri and Alexa and Google Home and all these other voice assistants out there. Now Roku has reached out to us and said the Wall Street Journal story was not correct. They are continuing to develop voice assistants. They did kind of say they changed the name. They did use a different name for that. And that they will continue to develop voice capabilities around the entertainment experience on the Roku platform, now called Roku Voice. So it's now called Roku Voice instead of the Roku Assistant or anything like that. The question is, what does this mean going forward? Now, we did learn, like we talked about yesterday, Roku has a line of voice speakers coming out, or Roku sound speakers coming out through the Walmart ONN brand. So maybe the Roku Voice Assistant isn't quite as dead as we had heard. Roku has been partnering with other ones. You can now tie your Siri, or your Google Home or your Alexa device to control basic functions on your Roku TV and Roku player. So maybe it's not quite as dead as you would think, but there is a lot happening in this space. It'll be interesting. Maybe a tiny change of direction on Roku's part, maybe not. We'll have to see. But Roku was pretty adamant that the Wall Street Journal story saying they had walked away from that was not correct. All right, let me know. What do you think of Roku voice assistants? What do you think of voice assistants overall? Do you have a favorite one? We use a lot of the Echoes in our home. I do have some Google Home products. Haven't done too much with Siri because I only have a couple Apple products. But I'd love to hear from you. What do you think? Is there room for Roku to jump into this, to take on the Alexas and the Googles and the Siri? Or the Bixby and all the other ones that are out there? Let me know what you think. What would you like to have from it? Now, Roku, it definitely has a ton of voice capabilities on their Roku products. You can search, you can do basic controls already through your Roku remote. And they've had other devices in the past that will do that too. So let me know what you think. All right, so next story up of the day. CBS and Viacom will reportedly announce a merger on Monday. Thursday this week, I'm recording this the night before, so Thursday for everybody listening, was reportedly going to be the date that Viacom and CBS were going to announce a merger. It came out that was delayed, that they weren't quite ready. Now Fox Business is reporting that CBS and Viacom boards intend to announce on Monday. They did add the caveat that these things have a way of changing. As a news organization, I can confirm that often these things will be like, hey, we're going to launch tomorrow, and then get an email, whoa, we're not ready to launch yet. This has happened, that's happened. When you're merging two major companies like CBS and Viacom, these are no minor mergers. This is a massive undertaking. CNBC announced a deal that would reportedly put Viacom CEO in charge, with CBS's CFO taking over as CFO for the new company. Viacom and CBS were once one company until 2006, I believe it was, when the board split the company. Very different time back then. And this will actually make CBS and Viacom quite the powerhouse in the world of streaming. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this. Where does this go? What happens with it? And I'd love to know. What do you think? Are you concerned about a CBS Viacom merger? Does this raise red flags for you? Are you excited? Because this could bring a lot more content to Pluto TV. It'll be interesting. Pluto TV would now be owned by a joint CBS and Viacom group, not just Viacom. So leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of this. I'd love to hear from you, because there's a lot happening in the world of cord cutting right now with all these different news and features and breaking mergers and more. So let me know what you think of that. All right. Disney Plus is coming out in November. A lot of news. Of course, we talked this week about the $12.99 bundle, which will give you Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus with the Hulu limited commercials. Great price. But a lot of people have been asking, when can we see the app? What can we know about the app? Well, Dave Zatz went out and actually pieced together all the different little clips of the Disney Plus app that Disney has shown into a 5-minute video. So he found 5 minutes worth of video from Disney that he compiled together into a single Disney Plus app. It's a video. It's a pretty interesting look at it. And it's not groundbreaking, but does clearly show you the app in motion, the app being used, the switching between categories and more, and how it will look. Love to hear from you what you think of it. In the show notes below, I'll put a link to that story with the video in it. So check that out if you're interested in learning more about Disney Plus and maybe taking it for a virtual test drive through YouTube. So check that out. Dave Zatz, he has a great website, zatzsnotfunny.com. Does a lot of breaking news on things he finds, like in FCC filings and the like. So thank you to Dave Zatz for sharing that video with us, allowing us to post it on our website. All right, PlayStation Vue. Now, if you've listened to my channel, you know I'm always talking about PlayStation Vue's name being one of the main issues here. It confuses a lot of people who think they need a PlayStation to use PlayStation Vue. Well, it seems that Sony has heard your complaints, because they just rolled out yet this week a fully updated PlayStation Vue website that scrubs mention of the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 on it. Does talk a couple times about how PlayStation consoles are not needed, and it really aggressively pushes the fact that it works on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, and more. It's a nice update. I really do like it. I think it's a step up, a little bit less cluttered than the older website. And it definitely does downplay the whole fact that it works, even the fact that it works on the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. You won't find PlayStation 3 or 4 pictured. You won't find them stated. They do mention no PlayStation console needed, and that's about as close as they get to talking about a PlayStation. Very interesting to see Sony do this. I always thought Sony PlayStation's Vue's streaming service is a great one, hampered by some issues like the name. I'll be interested to see how successful this is. I still love the idea of Vue TV or Sony Vue. I think Vue TV is the best. Kind of keep the Vue, drop Sony, don't confuse any of that. Vue TV, boom. Very easy, no confusion over the name. A lot of people brought up the issue though, hey, I don't understand why this would be an issue, because if I have a Fire, people don't think you need a Fire TV to get Amazon, and that's true. Though I do get a lot of emails from people saying, can I get Amazon on Roku or Apple TV? So there is some, but not nearly as much as with the PlayStation Vue. Maybe because Amazon has such a history of being available on multiple devices, where PlayStation really has a single mind and a single kind of use in people's mind for it. Can't fully explain why. Maybe a psychiatrist here can talk a little bit about that. If anybody is a psychiatrist or has any insights why people seem to struggle so much with the idea that PlayStation Vue doesn't need a PlayStation. But apparently Sony has recognized it. We know they've done ads in the past aggressively pushing the idea that it works on other devices, and now they have a whole website redesign that seems to be primarily aimed at addressing that issue. So let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. All right, HBO. Now, HBO for some time has offered free streaming of their movies and TV shows. Often what they'll do is like Silicon Valley when it came out. How I ended up finding out about it is they put the first episode on YouTube, and I watched it. I was like, this is a really good show. Let's get it. And they hope that by giving you a free taste of 1 or 2 episodes of a new show or an older season, that you'll test it out and say, hey, this is awesome. I want to come back here and try it. So HBO is doing that, but now they have a new website that includes human recommendations, where they take humans that recommend particular episodes of particular shows to you, and then you can watch them. In total, I believe there's about 50 shows, movies, and documentaries included. Again, you're not going to find a full season here, but it's a good way to watch like the first episode of Sopranos, Chernobyl. I think Game of Thrones. Yes, Game of Thrones was included in that, including older ones like The Sopranos, where you can test out a few episodes and say, hey, do I want to watch this? Do I not want to watch this? So keep a close eye on this. We'll love to hear your feedback about what you think of these of this website. If it's helping you find anything, leave us a comment. Let us know. All right. NBC Sports. One of the big issues with cord cutting for restaurants is there's something called a public viewing fee. And many businesses have a special cable package that for restaurants and lobbies and the more will allow them to have public viewing, so that you go into your local sports bar, all the games are on TV. That bar is paying for that right for you to be watching that game there by paying a little bit more for cable. The problem is no real live TV streaming services have done that have offered sports. You haven't been able to use Sling TV, PlayStation Vue, etc. At least you're not supposed to, because they don't include the rights to those games. Well, yesterday, it's been a long work day today, very long week. But they included or launched a new service called NBC Sports Pub Pass. So NBC Sports Pub Pass is a streaming service specifically meant for bars, restaurants, lobbies, etc. This includes the so-called public viewing option, so that you as a restaurant owner or a bar owner can stream this content legally. Now, the lineup is a little thin, includes things like rugby and soccer, etc. Not necessarily going to find football from NBC on this, but I would look for more content to come. The idea of reaching out to businesses and offering a streaming service that they can use to cut the cord has been an increasingly growing popularity recently. Hopefully that continues in the months and years to come. This isn't something that's going to change overnight because public viewing fees are very profitable for these companies. NBC seems to be saying, hey, we can give these pubs and bars access to content they may not get right now. If you're a soccer fan, if you are a rugby fan and more, and we'll see what happens. So this is available worldwide. It's not just limited to the United States. Well, we'll see. I'd love to know if you own a bar or a restaurant. Are you looking for a way to cut the cord? I hear from a lot of restaurant bar owners that the fees they pay for TV can be very high, especially if they're looking for a sports package. Well, that's it for today. Hey, don't forget, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. If you watch these videos all the time, maybe download our mobile app, because I just looked, we had a couple days where 18, 19, 20 posts in a single day over at corecarsnews.com. Just a world of cord cutting related news in the last week. So check it out, corecarsnews.com, or link in the show notes. Download our mobile app, because there's so many stories I can't cover here. And honestly, if you're trying to rely on Facebook or Twitter or these other places to notify you of our posts, you may be missing out on posts. Facebook just has this algorithm that says, hey, we'll show them this one but not that post, or we'll show them this post and not the other one, or they'll get 3 posts in a row then nothing. It's very weird. It's very annoying. But check that out. If you're traveling, I know it's that last gasp of summer vacations for many people. I know my daughter's getting ready for school very soon. Take care. Be safe. Don't forget to check back when you get back. But have some fun. I really appreciate everybody's support. Thank you. We'll be back on Monday with another cord cutting today, and we'll be back tomorrow with more cord cutting YouTube videos. So thanks for your support. Take care, everybody. I'll see you very soon.